Hi, my name is Max Manganis and I'm a senior at Chelmsford High School. I play the trombone and I've been playing it for about 8 years now. And I think my favorite thing about music is that it's universal. Everybody can enjoy music and there's something for everybody depending on what kind of music you like, and it's a really great way to express yourself. Okay, now let's set up the instrument. I like to start with my slide. It's a good starting place. And then you take your bell. The trombone's easy because it's really only 3 pieces. The bell fits to the slide like so, and you tighten it using this. So you gotta make sure it's nice and tight because you don't want it to droop on you when you're playing. And then you take the mouthpiece. A lot of times I like to warm up on the mouthpiece before even attaching it to the instrument, but once you're all warmed up, you can go ahead and pop it on. You don't want to push it in too tight because then it can be hard to get it out. It just needs to go in lightly so it's snug. Now when you're sitting in band class and you need to pay attention, there's a thing called rest position, and the rest position for the trombone looks like this. The bell is resting on your left knee, and the slide is in between your legs, and then you just hold it up here. So in order to make sure that your instrument works properly every time you use it and it doesn't get gross, you want to make sure that your mouth is clean before you're playing, because this is a big tube, and if you're eating something or you just ate something, you're spitting all of that food, whatever's left in your mouth, back into this big metal tube, and it doesn't come out very easily. So it's always a good idea to make sure that your mouth is clean before you're blowing into your instrument. Let's take a look at what's under the hood. So, inside your trombone case, you'll see there's a spot for the bell, spot for the slide, and then many of you will either have a pocket down near the end, or, like me, you'll have an area where mouthpieces can go. You can keep a polishing cloth, slide cream or slide oil. If you have a trigger, rotor oil, and tuning slide grease. I'm going to show you how to put on slide cream since that's what I need to do. I might as well take care of that right now. I always just place a little dab on each slide. And I like to smooth it out just a tiny bit. Not too much. You still have some on there, but it just, so it doesn't get all gunked up. And then you would take the spray bottle, which I don't have with me, I'll do that later, but when you get the spray bottle, you just want to spritz it down each side, and then move the slide around a little bit to spread it out and even it. I have a rotor, which you can expose by removing this, and to lubricate the rotor, you just put 1 drop of rotor oil inside this little, I don't know if you can see that, there's like a little indent where the rotor sits, and that will lubricate the rotor so you can use your trigger. So, another problem is if you have your trombone and something isn't working and you don't know how to fix it, go to your band director. They most likely either could fix it for you or refer you to someone with more experience that can do it for a reasonable price. So when you are done playing your trombone, it's always a good idea to take a polishing cloth, something that you have, and just wipe it down, keep it clean. Empty your spit valve before you put it away, or else your case will get wet and it'll smell, and that's not a good sort. So for storage, leave it in the case unless you have a trombone stand, which many of you might not have because that's not very common. So just leave it in the case. Don't leave it in a car or anywhere where the temperature can fluctuate, or like great changes in temperature, because metal can warp and that's not good for your instrument. One more thing to remember is that you do want to clean your trombone every few months because it does get a little dirty. And to do this, you need to give it a bath. And if you're interested in that, which you should, you can go online and there are lots of great YouTube videos with in-depth tutorials of how to give your trombone a bath and keep it in good working order. Thanks for watching. Band rocks!